I'm 81 years old, and there's a message on my phone I still listen to every night. It's been there for years now. I never deleted it. I don't think I ever will. I keep the phone charged just for that, just so I can press play and hear her voice again. My daughter, my daughter Claire. She said, "Hey, Dad, I just wanted to talk. Call me when you're free."
Hey Dad. I just wanted to talk. Call me when you're free.
That was it. Just a few seconds. Nothing dramatic, nothing urgent. And I didn't call her back. At the time, it didn't feel like a decision. It felt like postponing, like something small, harmless. I was 56 back then. Still working, still busy, always something on my plate. Emails, meetings, deadlines that felt important at the time. I remember exactly where I was when she called. I was sitting in my office, staring at a spreadsheet that I can't even remember now. My phone buzzed. I glanced at it, saw her name. I thought, I'll call her later. I even said it out loud. Later. Sighs. It's a strange word, later. It sounds so safe, so certain, like it's guaranteed. I didn't know that was the last time she would ever reach out to me. Back then, I wasn't a bad father. At least, I didn't think I was. I provided. I paid for her school. I kept a roof over our heads. I made sure she had everything she needed. Sad. That's what I told myself. But I was always somewhere else. Even when I was home, I wasn't really there. My mind was on work, on bills, on what needed to be done next. She would come into the room sometimes, stand there for a moment like she was deciding whether to speak. Dad, are you busy? And most of the time I was, or at least I believed I was. Just give me a minute, I'd say, or not now, sweetheart. Later. Always later. She stopped asking after a while. I didn't notice when that happened. That's the thing about losing something slowly. You don't see it going. You just look up one day and it's gone. She grew up in front of me, but I missed so much of it. I missed her school plays. I missed her small stories about her day. I missed the way her voice changed as she got older. I remember one time, she must have been about 12. She waited up for me. I came home late, tired, irritated. She was sitting on the couch, half asleep, holding a drawing. Dad, I made this for you. I barely looked at it. Confident. That's nice, I said. We'll look at it properly tomorrow. I don't know where that drawing is now. I don't remember what it looked like, but I remember her face, the way it fell just a little. Not enough to make a scene, just enough to disappear. That's how most of it happened. Quietly. No big arguments, no dramatic moments, just small disappointments stacking up. She became a teenager, then an adult. We spoke less, not because we fought, but because there was nothing left to say. Or maybe I had taught her that I wasn't really listening. She moved out in her early 20s. I helped her pack. I carried boxes. I gave advice she didn't ask for. At the door, she hugged me. It was quick. I remember thinking, she'll visit often. We'll have more time. There's that word again, time. I kept working, kept living the same way. We talked occasionally, short calls, birthdays, holidays. She always sounded gentle with me, like she was careful not to expect too much. And then, that day, the voicemail. Calm. Hey, Dad. I just wanted to talk. Call me when you're free. I listened to it once, right after it came in. I remember smiling a little, thinking I'll call her tonight. But that day ran long. Something came up. I got distracted. By the time I got home, I was tired. I told myself I'll call her tomorrow. Tomorrow came and went. And then the day after that, you know how it happens. One day becomes two, two becomes a week. There's always something else that feels more urgent. Until one day, the phone rings. Not her name this time. A stranger. I almost didn't pick up. I wish I hadn't waited. It was a hospital. There had been an accident. They used words I didn't fully understand at first, words that didn't seem to belong to my life. Critical, condition, come immediately. I drove there, but I was already too late. She was gone, just like that. No warning, no final conversation, just gone. I remember sitting in that hospital room, looking at machines that were no longer doing anything, thinking, this doesn't make sense. I had time. Whisper, I was supposed to have time. The world doesn't stop for your assumptions. It just keeps moving. I went home that night with her voice still in my pocket. I played the voicemail again. Hey, Dad, I just wanted to talk. I kept waiting for more, for her to say something important, something urgent. But there was nothing else. That was all she needed, just to talk. And I didn't give her that. Years have passed since then. I retired. The work that once felt so important, it's gone now. No one calls me about deadlines anymore. No one needs those spreadsheets, all that urgency. It disappeared the moment I stepped away, but her voice stayed. Whisper, I live alone now. This house is quiet in a way I never noticed before. Sometimes I sit in the living room and look at the chair across from me, and I imagine her there, older, the age she would be now. I try to picture what her life would look like, what she would say to me. Would she still be gentle? Would she still call just to talk? I don't know. There are so many things I don't know, and I can't ask. That's the part people don't tell you about regret. It's not loud. It doesn't come crashing in all at once. It sits with you at the dinner table, in the quiet moments, in the spaces where something should be, but isn't. I've replayed our life together more times than I can count. Not the big moments, the small ones, the times I said later, the times I didn't look up, the times I chose something else, without even realizing I was choosing. If I could go back, I wouldn't change everything. I wouldn't need a different life. I would just pick up the phone. That's it. Just that one small thing. It sounds so simple now. It always does. When it's too late. People think regret comes from big mistakes. It doesn't. It comes from the small things you thought didn't matter. The moments you assumed would come again. The conversations you postponed. The people you believed would still be there when you were finally ready. I'm not telling you this because I expect anything from you. At my age, I'm not trying to teach lessons. I'm just telling the truth. The kind of truth you only see when most of your life is behind you. If you have someone who calls you just to talk. That's not a small thing. It never was. I used to think I was building something important, a career, a stable life, and I did. But I missed the part that mattered. I missed her voice while I still had it. Now all I have is this recording, a few seconds of something I ignored. Sometimes I wonder what she wanted to say. Was it something big, or was it just a normal conversation? I think that's what hurts the most. It probably wasn't anything special. Just her reaching out and me not reaching back. I don't have many years left now. You can feel it when you get to this age. Time changes. It slows down, but it also feels shorter. Strange thing, I don't try to fix things anymore. Some things can't be fixed. This is one of them. All I can do is listen. So every night, I sit here in this quiet room, I pick up my phone, and I press play. Hey, Dad, I just wanted to talk. and I let it finish. Every time, even though I already know how it ends, because that's all I have left of her voice. And if you're listening to this, if this means something to you, you don't have to do anything big. You don't have to change your whole life. Just don't wait. Not for the people who are already reaching for you, because one day later will run out and you'll realize you had time. You just didn't use it. Confident. If this story touched you, subscribe to the channel. If you want to share your own story, the link is in the description. Your story may be next